Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's show and tonight's Grand Prix here at Belgium. We are at the famous Spa track for round 7 here. The drivers are looking forward to this. They've been talking it up for the last 2 weeks, having last weekend off, and there's a lot of news to come in the show about that later on. But this track, let's have a look at it. It will be dry tonight, 21 degrees Celsius. That's what the drivers love about this track when it's not wet. But this track is a 7 kilometer long track. It's 4.3 miles, 19 turns, 2 DRS zones along the main straight and the back straight after El Rouge. El Rouge is 2, 3 and 4. Watch there, as well as turn 8. That's where most of the accidents will happen, as well as the last section with the chicane. Let's go now to the Belgium national anthem, and when we come back with some statistics and the team lineups.
Le Belgique, ô mère chérie, à toi nos cœurs, à toi nos bras, à toi notre sang, ô patrie. Nous le jurons tous, tu vivras toujours grande et belle, et ton invincible unité aura pour devise immortelle le roi, la loi, la liberté. Aura pour devise immortelle le roi, la loi, la liberté. Le roi, la loi, la liberté. Le roi, la loi, la liberté.
And that was the Belgium national anthem. Let's take a look at the lineups now that there is a lot of changes. Skadoosh Academy now looks like this, with Toby in the 13, Rolly in the 15. They're going to be out to get the points tonight. Birks Brothers Academy has SJ in the 14 and Nacho Callum in 19, with Pocket Rocket leaving the Birks Brothers Academy. No Bags Academy is going to see I Am Josh, Crone Dog and Kiwi in the 67, 87 and 97. They're going to be trying to get some points tonight. I Am Josh is out tonight. Midas in the 22, McLaren Senna in the 70, and Tux, who's out injured at the moment for the Sinner Academy, so watch out for the red cars, as they will be getting as many points as they can. Anzac Academy, Rez is unfortunately unavailable tonight. Tomo is in the 35, and Henry is not here tonight either in the 45. And then the final team is Brainy, Harass, the leading champion at the moment, and Vandy in the 12, 27 and 66 car. All three drivers racing. They're going to be out for the maximum points tonight, maybe even a 1, 2, 3. A quick look at the standings for the team. Split second on top and well in front. Anzac tonight are going to be disadvantaged with one driver. Birks Brothers might be able to pick up some points along with Midas, No Bags and Skadoosh, all out to get up on the top there of the podium. So we look at the drivers' standings at the moment. Harass is up the top there. Rez, who's not racing tonight, he's going to be missing those points. But also Midas is going to be pushing real hard to try and start getting into that second place spot. As you can see, Monaco next week is being scratched due to the week off last week, and we'll be heading straight into the Asian round at Singapore. But more on that as we head into the show. And we'll talk about a lot of things coming up, and we'll even look at these tables as well. So we'll just recap now on the track and have a look at this track one more time. So again, 7 kilometers long, 4 miles, 19 turns, 2 DRS zones, and the turns you're going to want to watch for the action tonight are going to be turns 2, 3 and 4 at El Rouge, turn 8, and then it was 15, 16 and 17, and the tyres are going to be your C4, C3 and C2 compounds. So, but let's get on with the show, guys, and tonight is going to be awesome. How's that now, guys? How are we going now? Test, test, test. Yep, there we go. All right. Sound problems sorted. I do apologize for that. Let's start again. Welcome to Split Second F1 Academy Show. I'm your host, Cine Phoenix. We're in for an amazing night tonight. Spa is the Grand Prix that we're up for at round 7, and the drivers have been talking about it all day in the paddock, so they're definitely keen. A shout out to Harass 18 and Kiwi. Let's see how that goes. Now, the interviews will be interesting, so get on top of it straight away with us with the interviews. We are live on Twitch and YouTube tonight. Facebook, unfortunately, is not working for us, so that is why the delay in the stream tonight. We're also live on a brand new channel on our Discord, so if you want to be a member, jump onto our Discord and listen to us there if you can't watch us, as we are live on the radio there. We're going to bring in some interviews in a minute, but first things first, what we might do is we'll have a quick look at the driver standings, but before we do, a couple of drivers out tonight. We've got a total of 16. There's been a lot happening in the 2 weeks since we didn't race last weekend and that we've been off. So first things first, ARG and their drivers have no longer part of the Split Second Championship due to their new season and what's upcoming for them. They're unfortunately unavailable, so ARG have pulled the team. Now, in saying that, there's no hard feelings or anything from Split Second or ARG. It's just a conflict of racing. So we still shout out to the ARG boys and say get on board with them, as they do a lot different to what we do. Hit up Jason and hit up Gaz. They are amazing guys and an amazing admin for what they do. They also have a very challenging competition with multiple tiers and levels, so get on board with them if you want to race a different way than what we do. But if you want to join us, we will be posting up all the information about the F1 Academy Season 2. They'll be starting around about July, when the F21 game comes out, so keep an eye out for that. They'll be coming up soon. Don't forget, check our website, guys, on our website at splitsecond.com.au. We also have our online store where you can pick up any merchandise, guys, for the academies. If there's an academy you support, feel free to go and have a look at their merchandise. We will have the brand new shop open from... online shop open from Streamlabs hopefully by next week, but we haven't been able to get that finished yet. So a lot of work going on behind the scenes for us at Split Second here. Just stay with us and we'll eventually be able to give you guys everything you want, not just the starting packs. Now, we will get a couple of interviews in. The other thing is, too, there is no CRL. CRL have gone, and a few of the drivers have gone as well. And it was just due to some unfortunate events that have occurred, and it's just the way things go in the gaming world, as people know. Drivers want to race with different groups or try and have different rules or anything like that. So we've had some drivers go, but in saying that too, there's been a few drivers that are gone because they have breached rules. We're not going to drag on too much about it, as we're not about the negativity, and we're not going to drag anyone's name through the mud. However, there is a mix of people that have been... our field of 20 has been reduced to a total of 16 now, and some of the drivers have left because of commitments. Some have been removed due to breach of severe rules, and that's where we'll leave it for now. However, we do have a few big topics for tonight's race. One of the biggest ones being Monaco. The drivers had a vote, and Monaco has been eliminated from the rounds and the rosters so that we still finish on time. The drivers were giving a vote to decide on whether or not we will be running a double header this weekend, or even a split weekend, or eliminating either Spa or Monaco from the roster. Now, the votes came through and Monaco has been dropped, so we won't be seeing Monaco in Season 1 of the Split Second F1 Academy. So it is unfortunate, but we move on forward to Bahrain next week. So stay tuned for that, as you'll see the ads pop up and that. So before we get on with qualifying, we're going to have a quick look at the driver standings. Now, as you can see, we're just going to show the top 7 for tonight, but the big story here is Harass, after last week at Austria getting that perfect round. Now, a perfect round is pole position, fastest lap, the win, and no penalty times on them at the end of the round or the race. So if they have a 3-second penalty but they pit, they stop, they get the fastest lap and they win the race, plus they got the pole, it still counts. Now, I will say this Harass last week had no penalties. He didn't even lose any in the pit stop. So a perfect round there, and that's that what the little pink square under the Austria is. The big story, Rez is in second place at the moment. He's had a win. He's had two silvers or seconds. So he's had 3 podium finishes there. And I got to say, he's not joining us tonight, which is unfortunate. And it's going to hurt his championship points, I think, if Midas can have a good run. But I don't think Midas. I think we've had a late dropout by Midas. And if that's the case, which I believe it is, Midas is not going to be here too. So the 2 people we are going to get in the interviews, because this will make a huge thing for Tomo tonight, as he is chasing down another podium after finally getting on the podium last week in 3rd at Austria. He's been having some unfortunate events, as you can see there. He picked up no points in Canada and only 5 points in Russia, which was unfortunate. He did get a 3rd in America, I think, so it was his 2nd podium, but that needs to be adjusted, obviously, with a 3rd place picture there. But the big thing is here, Tomo can probably jump up if he can get some good points and move himself into 3rd with Midas, above Midas, as he really wants that win. Those 2 races in Canada and Russia, they should have been wins for him, and unfortunately they weren't. So he's definitely on the back foot trying to catch up here. But the other big thing is Brainy and Vandy of the split second team. As you can see, in the top 5 positions, all 3 drivers of split second are up there. The Anzac crew have got 2 out of 3 in 2nd and 4th there, and it's definitely going to make a huge difference in the standings for the teams. Now, I'm not going to bring up the academy standings at the moment, because split second are all the way up, but also I haven't got the graph available at the moment. So that's it for our drivers championship at the moment, and I'd say if Harass wins tonight at Belgium, ending the European run, it pretty much will guarantee the victory, if not at least a podium. Could possibly do the same. So we'll see what happens tonight. But Tomo will be definitely out for the win. Now, don't forget, guys, we like to interact with you guys on the chat. So get involved on the chat with us, talk to us, and get involved with us during the show. And that makes it more fun experience for you guys, and for us. Now, we bring you, if you're just joining us, we do bring you a TV style look on a streaming network, so stay with us. We give you something different than just watching someone game or race from someone's cockpit if you're watching a simulator mode. Dark Horse predictions for tonight has been asked by Brainy. So get them into the chat on Twitch, guys, or on YouTube. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe for us here. Brainy is calling a Vandy win for an. He's saying he's underrated, very underrated. So he's going for a call there. What we're going to do, is we're going to get some interviews in here really quick. We're going to talk to Harass and Tomo. So Harass is not in the paddock at the moment to talk, so we'll drag Tomo in first, and we'll see how we go there with Tomo. And let's see if we can invite Tomo in to talk. We have a new system here, so we're trying to learn it. And I'm just waiting. If Tomo's listening, we need Tomo to push the hands up button, show request, to be listened to. And that will get him in for an interview here with you guys. Brodish, make me blush. So Brodish has to be Vandy in our chat, so welcome. Let's see. No, we can't seem to get Tomo in at the moment. I'm going to try again. Tomo, just hit the show request button in the live show, and that should get you in with us at the moment. And we'll do the same with Harass. So just hit that request button and we can get you in for the interview. Alright, invite to speak. Here we go. Tomo, you there, mate?
Hello?
Hey, mate, how are you? At the moment. And we'll do the same with Harass. Just turn your mic down in the background, man. The showdown. Here we go. Tomo, you there, mate?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, mate. Alright, so I'm just going to have a quick look at this because for some reason it's saying that your voice won't be coming through at the moment. So I'm going to try and get that to come through. But first things first, mate, you definitely been having some bad luck in the way things have been running for you. What are you hoping for? What are you hoping for at the moment in regards to the way your race is going to go tonight? So, do you reckon that there's a good strong chance of getting a first or second here?
Potentially, maybe being able to start on alternative tyres. Yeah, hopefully my pace is good here. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
No worries. Now, they're saying that we can't hear you in the chat at the moment. I'm trying to play with the desktop audio, but for some reason it's not letting us get you vocally through here, so that's unfortunate. So everyone's on the radio can hear us, but for some reason on our live stream we can't get the output happening off the desktop for some reason. I am not sure why, so I do apologise for that, mate.
No worries.
Oh, no, it's fine. Now it's fine. Okay, so apparently they can hear you now. So with the way things have been going for you, and obviously the unfortunate races at Canada and that for you, do you feel that you can get yourself up into a good potential challenging spot with Harass with what's yet to come? Like obviously Monaco's out. Do you think there's a chance now that you guys are gonna maybe be able to challenge at Anzac, or do you think maybe that's unfortunately gone now and Splits ran away with it?
Probably going to be a little bit tough, especially with Rez not racing tonight. But be good to try and lock out the second position. Unfortunately, I think they're too far in front now.
So we've got you definitely got an advantage tonight with Rez and Midas not racing tonight. If you can get some serious points here, you can actually jump into third there and help challenge with Rez. Now, with the races that are coming up, do you think they're going to definitely put you and Rez in a position that you could probably maybe both of you be able to take down Harass and catch him up, or do you think tonight's the night, like a make or break moment for you and Anzac?
Yeah, I think we'll definitely need to have some luck swing our way. Harass is really very solid driver, so it's got a decent lead. So yeah, not too sure, but it'll be good to lock out the second and third position in the championship.
All right, no worries. Well, we'll let you go because you guys have to get ready to tick in for quali. So we'll talk to Harass and then we'll see you out on the track.
Sweet.
All right. Now that was Tomo. He's definitely out for vengeance tonight, guys. He's had one of those seasons where he should be challenging right now and only a few points away from Harass and has just missed out on silly driver errors has cost him in some races, and in other races it's been an accident or something, or a spin on the last lap even. So we'll just have to wait and see now. We're just waiting on Harass to send the invite to request into this conversation. And once he does, we'll be able to get him in for his interview. There he is. We're going to unmute him. All right. Harass, how you going, mate? You there?
Hey, sorry, how are you?
Not too bad, mate. Look, we won't keep you long because we've got qualifying coming up. What are the big keys you think that are going to get you the win here at Spa tonight?
Surviving Rouge.
Yep, no, that's fair enough. Now you you've got Res breathing down your neck now, starting to put up a challenge, but you've really pretty much won every race except for one at the USA where you got no points. I think maybe one other race where you haven't got a first in. So do you feel tonight's the night, like that pretty much wraps up the championship for you tonight with 3 races left now instead of 4 with Monaco gone?
Yeah, we got Rez and Midas out, so that's a big chance for me. And obviously, Tomo will be starting at the back, so I just got to qualify up the front and keep my eyes forward.
Too easy. Now, obviously, this season's coming to a wrap. Are you looking forward to the new game with 2021 and the new season to defend the title if it's taken tonight, or are you more focused just on this season at the moment and where you got to go and what you got to do?
I'll just finish off the season and whatever happens next season with the new game. Obviously, got to learn a little bit with the new game, but yeah, get used to it and just do my best.
Too easy. All right, well, we'll let you go. I know you're itching to get out for quali and that because you want to get out the front on this track. And I'll let you go, but we might see you in the post interviews.
Cheers, thanks.
No worries. So that was Harass, guys, our current leading champion, and he is definitely earned it. He's shown why he's one of the top drivers in this academy. Now, just keep in mind too, guys, our drivers, if this is the first time you're joining us, our drivers are restricted. The cars can't be set up like normal F1 cars. All cars are pretty much equal across the board. The only difference is the paint jobs. They're running the multiplayer car. They can't do setups. The only thing they can change is their front downforce and their differential. That's it. Other than that, these cars are identical. So the drivers and the way they race is basically the difference between where they place. So that's the main thing. Now, we're going to give the green flag for qualifying, and that is where we're going to head to. And then we're going to head down to the track for Spa. This is round 7. If you are joining us, you've missed a hell of a season. If you haven't joined us yet or earlier, check out the races on YouTube or our Twitch channel. They are put up on our pages permanently after the actual live show. But we will be heading down to Belgium for the actual race. Now, the key points of tonight, Tomo starting at the back. He has a penalty from last race in Austria. He will not be allowed to qualify. He will go out on a one-lapper just to do a paint and number check and make sure that he has the right live and the right number on, along with the rest of our drivers will check through as well during qualifying. It's an 18-minute qualifying session followed by a 50% race. Pit stops do come into it, and the strategies, as we've seen with Tomo in the past. The wet races have definitely caused a lot of havoc this season. However, we're going to Belgium and it is dry. So let's head on down to the track now where the drivers will be coming out for qualifying. They've got 18 minutes to pot their times, and then after that, it's on with the race here at Spa on Split Second F1 Academy Show. Alright, so welcome guys. We've got 10 drivers tonight. We thought we'd have 11. So the guys have chewed up a minute of time already by getting setups done and sorting it out. We are here at Spa. So we've got Brainy, SJ, we've got not just Cullum, which is the old immortal but he's had a change of name. Harass 18, Tomo, Vandy, Josh, McLaren, Senna, Crone Dog and Kiwi. It's a 10-man race tonight. Tommy's only going to be able to do a 1-man run, and that is it. So we've got 2 out here at the moment. So let's have a look at our drivers tonight. We are on SJ, so let's double check SJ. SJ is the number 14. He's got the 14 on and he's got the correct live on. So that's a good start for him for the night. As Notches is the driver we're on at the moment. And Notches, we will pull up his banner as well right now. So the number 19 needs to be showing. He has the 19, he has the right lift, so he is all good for tonight. Tomo is out there. Let's have a look at Tomo. As he has to pull this straight into the pits tonight. He's got the 35 on. He's good, and he's wearing the End Racism helmet tonight. So he's just going to go out and have a little putt just to make sure he's got the live and the number right, which he has. It's number 35, which he's clearly got on there. Alright, we move down the list. Vandy in number 66 car. I can tell you right now he is all good, but we will pop up his graphic. So Vandy in the 66 split second livery and riding that purple and sky blue helmet. I Am Josh has not come out, and a big change from last race in the number 70 car. It is we know him as Shano, but it's McLaren Senna. He's gone from CRL to the split second academy at the moment. So this was right on board with him for a little bit there. So he will be looking to be strong tonight in that 70 car. As we have a look, Crone Dog is out on the lap. So let's check Crone Dog. Crone Dog is racing in the 87 No Bags Academy car. And he'll be representing strong with I Am Josh and Kiwi, who have all 3 drivers along with the split second academy tonight. So maybe a good chance of points here for the No Bag Academy. So Kiwi is out as well, and Kiwi is in the 97 No Bags Academy car. As we'll start seeing some times coming up shortly. Let's bring up the track map, as I know a lot of you guys like to see. Now we'll let you go. We're going to bring up the lap data and we're going to bring up the telemetry. We only do it for this. We're also going to put the tyres on that they get their best lap in on. And the gap is going to be for the fastest lap. So that is Kiwi. He's all good with the right number. I believe I saw the 97 on the car there. Yes, he's all good there. Looking strong for the No Bags. Next up, we got Brainy. He's in the 12. Yes, I know that's already good. But just so you can all see that it is good, there he is. Harass is the only one I believe we haven't. And Kiwi has just popped on the mediums. Just remember, whatever they qualify their fastest lap on, they have to start with. So Kiwi's going to go for a medium start here. And I've left that graphic up, so I apologise. So Kiwi with a 147. Brainy pushing pretty hard. We'll stay with Brainy here. I believe we checked everyone but Josh. So we'll get down onto I Am Josh in a second. And Harass. But we'll just stay with Brainy here as he's in Sector 3 now, a 129. As he does the sweeper, he's heading down into the chicane. And this will definitely test the drivers here. And he could maybe do a lot better than Kiwi, as he does. Brainy goes to the top there on the softs at a 144. Almost a 144 flat, just missing it. And Vandy, his teammate, does the same. Doing a 145, a little bit off the pace. So we're going to start seeing those times come in now. And not just yet. Harass still to come out. Tomo will be stuck in the pits for the rest of the qualifying. I am Josh, one we have not checked out yet to make sure he's got the right livery. And I am Josh in the number 67. So he's coming through on sector 3 here, around about a 140 before he heads down the main straight. He might challenge here. He's going to go about second. He gets second. So they've split the second cars up now, and SJ goes into fourth. So a nice tidy lap there by Josh. Looking strong. There's Nacho here. Notches in the 19 Burks brother car. So both the Burke brothers drivers, they've got a full team out on the track. The No Bags Academy have a full team on the track. The Sinner Academy has a full team on the track. One driver for Anzac Academy, one driver for Sinner Academy, and no representatives of the Skadoosh Academy tonight, which is unfortunate for the Skadoosh Academy. So they've struggled all season to hit the track. And Notches gets himself into third. QE down in the mediums there. We're still waiting for a harass. As we're on with McLaren Senna. So he comes sweeping through here. He's going to come down to the chicane. I think he's going to put himself maybe about 6 if he can do this nicely. He'll probably push QE down. I think he'll beat QE's time. He does, and he's 5th. So he's pushed SJ and QE down. And we'll have a look now. We've got 2 in the pits, Harass and Thomas. Crone Dog, we've seen from the past qualifying, Harass likes to get out later. Crone Dog yet to set a time. He's the last one of the No Bags Academy to set. The track's not red, which means he's good here for the sector. At 140, I reckon about a 145, he should push out McLaren Senna here. Oh, a third! And that's going to put the No Bags Academy at the moment sitting nicely in a second third. But the hot laps are about to start, so don't go anywhere. As the 2 that haven't put times in yet are... Tomo is at the bottom. Harass is the only one not to put in a time yet. And we spoke to him. He's definitely out for a big position tonight. So let's just see what we've got here. Crone Dog, he's on an in lap. So not just Cullum. He's going hard. He's low on fuel. We're in sector 3 now, about the 130 as he hits the sweeper, heading on into the chicane. If he can get around that chicane at about a 140, he'll be looking strong. But it looks like at the moment, I don't think he's going to do better. I think he's over his split, as he's going to, he's just over. So he's not going to go much further. Vandy's on an out lap. Senna, he is way up on his time. And QE's on an out lap. So let's jump on with Vandy here. Let's go for a little ride on board. And that's put him up around, well, he stayed around the 5th there. He was a bit down on his time. So, Notches is about half a second up on his time. Crone Dog up by 25 seconds. So, I'd say he's about to, oh no, he's done damage and he is out of fuel. So, I'd say he's going to pit it, which he is. I am Josh is on an out lap here. just waiting to see when Harass will come out. Probably in the last 5 minutes he'll go and put a time on here. As Iron Josh comes up El Rouge and into the first DRS zone, which is along the back straight there. He's sitting in second now, looking strong. He's got to take about, I'd say at least 2/100ths of a second off his time. Oh no, that only just puts him in the 44. So he's got to take a whole, I'd say 1.2 seconds off his time here to catch Brainy. So question will be, can Harass come on and get a lockout grid for split second here? Or are we going to see these no-bag cars actually get some big points tonight? Now, if they finish the race tonight and don't crash out because there's only 10 cars, all 10 drivers will pick up some points. Now, I'm just having a look. It looks like QE's out on a lap now. And I Am Josh is still yet to start a lap. So let's just check in with QE. QE's into sector 1. And he's still on those mediums, so he's definitely looking for maybe a slower start and a medium tactic. Brainy is up the top. Vandy just takes second place off I Am Josh, who's on the out lap. He's about to start. Let's jump on board with Josh now for a whole lap. Unfortunately, I Am Josh has had a disqualified lap there, so he's going to go again. That's Crone Dog coming across the line there. I'm just trying to see now who they've got on an out lap. Here comes Harass. Harass is on his out lap. We are going to watch this lap when he comes around. So this is going to be the big challenge. Can Split Second Academy lock this down and make it a 1-2-3? Will QE jump onto those softs and try and get himself up and upset that 1-2-3, or will we see the No Bags Academy sitting 4, 5, 6, or even up higher? Callum was probably going to have to put in a little bit more time. If he can take about 300th, 400th of a second, he'll mix up that No Bags Academy group. Senna definitely has to do a lot better to push him up, as he's the only represent tonight of the Sinner Academy. And of course, the Tomo will be starting at in last place. So he's gone out on softs, so he'll start on softs. But QE might just be aiming for a medium start, considering everyone's on softs. So if he can get off to a good start on the mediums, he'll actually be able to pull off a whole different race strategy than the rest of the guys. Question's going to be who's going to go mediums and who's going to go hards if they're going to start on the softs. Now, first and second are sitting in the pits at the moment and probably watching Harass with 2 minutes to go. QE is in the pits. SJ's come out and Harass has come out for their fastest lap. And that's one of the no-bag guys behind Harass. Let's jump on with Harass now. Let's completely go silent and watch Harass do his magic. And Harass jumps to the top of the table with a 143, almost a whole second ahead of his teammate. But while we were in that, and there goes the qualifying last thing, but while we were in that, let's have a look at that. Brainy's in second, Crone Dog's come through and split them up. Vandy's in fourth, I'm Josh in fifth. 6 has gone to Callum, who is trying to push up. He's about 100th of a second over the top of his own time there. So Brainy and Harass are eligible to do another lap. 3rd, 4th and 5th are stuck where they are. They're in the pits now. That's the end of their run here in qualifying. Callum is going to try and get a little bit better. He's still up 100th of a second on his own time, which will not be enough, really. And the checker flags are being given to SJ or McLaren. Just moved up there. No, SJ dropped. So QE and Nachos and Senna are the last ones to put it up. But that's a red lap, so Nacho won't be able to make it. Where's he at here? It's a clean lap, and he moves into 4th. What a last lap. And that's going to be great for Senna, as he's going to move into 4th to start it. Now QE, he's the only one here that can do better. And then there's Brainy and Harass left. Up the top of the table, out on the track. I don't think Harass is going for another lap. But QE is up. He's on the red tyres now. He's up 300ths of a second on his time. Still won't be enough to get up over SJ or Callum for the Burks Brothers teams yet. But if he can get, let's see where he's at here. If he can get up there at around the 40-39 mark coming around that turn, he could be looking good and strong. The lap is clean. He's got a chance here to move up. What's he going to get here? Will it be in the space? No, he's died off. The fuel tank killed him. And that's unfortunate there, as QE was on a heater, but unfortunately lacked the fuel to get himself around that last sector. That is just real unfortunate. He had such a good run there too. So, quick recap. Harass, Brainy, Crone Dog, McLaren Senna with that hot lap at the end there. Vandy, I am Josh, Notches, SJ the 1, QE, and then of course Tomo starting at the rear of the grid in 10th with that penalty. So QE's going to be able to start on those mediums because he qualified best on the mediums, which means he's going to have a whole different strategy to the other drivers, and Tomo will of course get to select his strategy too. Tomo, can I start on the mediums as I didn't set a lap? Yes, you can, Tomo, if you're watching at home. You get the right to choose your tyres if it lets you. Decided to go slower, wasn't going for the fast enough to get good enough position. QE decided to slow it and stay on the mediums. Fair enough. So QE's not self-sabotage, but he's personally chosen to go the medium stuff. He didn't want to run on those softs. So the race is about to get underway. Stay with us. And Tomo is just sending through messages to the stewards to start on the mediums. Yes, he can, as he did not qualify. He can start on any strategy as long as the game allows him to. So, a couple of final adjustments here. Will they get off cleanly, or are we going to see a red flag situation like we've seen at the last two races? We should be good. There's no one that's jumped in. There's no one that's lost connection at the moment. Touch wood. But let us know how everything's going at home and how the stream's coming across. If you want to see those like, follow, shares, comments, all of that. Subscribe on on YouTube. We're not on Facebook tonight, unfortunately. But let's get this race underway. We should be good. It should be a formation lap. It's 22 laps here at Spa, as Harass will get them off the line for the formation lap. And while we're on the formation lap, we are going to lose the track map for the race. We are going to start with nothing up at the moment. We're just going to get a nice clean run. But let's have a look through your field. So, split second, lock out the grid with Harass and Brainy in second. Crone Dog in third there for the first of the No Bags Academy. The standalone McLaren Senna new driver has got himself into fourth, which is going to be a good position for him to start racking up those points. Vandy for the split second, the third driver in fifth, so the three drivers in the top five. Josh sitting in at sixth, the second of the No Bags Academy. Notchus in at seventh, and his teammate SJ for the Burks Brothers Academy in at eighth. QE, the last one of the No Bags, he wanted to start on the mediums and slow down on that last lap. He's hoping the tactics work for him, and also on the mediums, I believe. The Tomo looking for another podium, if not another his first victory tonight. He will be starting on the mediums as well. So two drivers on the mediums, both of them at the back of the grid. It's going to be interesting to see. But the Anzac Academy car there at Tomo, watch for him, as he is definitely going to be out for a decent start and put himself with the right pit strategy. Hopefully put him in prime position to win this race tonight. As Harass will lead the pack through on this very long formation lap. But it's all about getting the tyres. It does matter in this race. So getting all your temperatures up. When the automatic takes over, your temperatures lock in. So if you've got your tyres and your brakes and your engine temps all perfect, you will be good. Now there's the predictor. Those on softs on a one stop will go to the hards. Those who are on softs and go softs medium, that should be interesting. Now Vandy and Josh have had a collision there somewhere. I'm not sure what's happened, but there are rules in here, so the stewards will probably request footage of that to find out what happened, as the guys are coming up to line up on the grid. Once the automatic takes over, what their temperatures are at will matter on the start and who will get good starts. So a lot of people don't know that, but it is a true fact. So are we going to see someone like Harass go for that one-stop strategy here? Or are we going to see more of them try and go the two stops to run more of the softs, as the drivers line up on the grid and get ready to run? We've got 3 lights, we've got 4 lights, we've got 5 lights. Will we get a delay? We do have a Codemasters delay. And we're off. They're out. They're racing, and they're all off the grid. It looks pretty clean. How's this first turn going to go? As it looks pretty good. I think most of them are all through the first turn cleanly. They are. And this is going to be good. All 10 cars survive the first turn as they head up onto El Rouge, with the 2 split-second cars in first and second. As they head down to the first back straight here, there will be a DRS zone once it opens up. And these guys are off and racing. All cars cleanly getting through here as they head into the first chicane area, and Harass is going to try and get out of here and not be around any of the other cars. There is only 10 cars racing tonight out of the 16. 2 didn't show up at last minute. and 4 have announced they were out. A shout out to Tux too, one of the Sinner Academy drivers who's out on injury at the moment with a broken wrist. So let's bring up the graph. So Harass is in first place at the moment, Brainy in second, Crone Dog in third, Senna in fourth, Vandy in fifth, Cullum in sixth, SJ in seventh, Tomo up to eighth, and QE and I Am Josh have dropped right off at the moment. So as we go through the field here, there's Brainy in second, Crone Dog in third. Fourth place is McLaren Senna. It looks like there could be a pass on here. Oh, Vandy goes wide. Is that going to hurt Vandy? No, he's going to come back here into the chicane. And he might catch him on the first turn here. And Harass sets the fastest lap for the second lap. But Vandy apparently tipped as the quiet horse for a win tonight in the 66 split-second car. SJ into the pits, and I Am Josh into the pits. There must have been some contact there that we didn't see earlier. But there's your pit strategies with those on the soft tyres. Both pitting around 8 to the 10th lap and running the mediums to the hards. Now it looks like I Am Josh has gotten out of the pits quicker. No, here we go. I Am Josh, he's getting a front wing change. SJ ahead of them at the moment. Who's going to come out first? It is SJ. He is out before I Am Josh, and I Am Josh will drop right back to the field. So let's get some times up here. Let's get the gap and the intervals from the leader. We'll also pull up the changes of positions at the moment. So Notches has gone up 1 position, 3 positions for Tomo, 1 position for QE, and then a drop in 1 position for SJ and 4 for I Am Josh. They've both had 1 pit stop each, as we just saw, which will change everything. And the tyres, they are on right now. So we're going to leave that graph up for now. And we're going to head up to what could be a good little battle here, as it looks like McLaren Senna has had an issue, and he's dropped back. Tomo's moved up a position now on those mediums, and Notches is up into 5th. Vandy is about 2.5 seconds off. So some big gaps from 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But a very close run here, so we're going to stay with this one. So this is Notches' first race for Burks Brothers, as Tomo's trying to catch him down. As he tries to lose him or get out of his way, something's happened there. I think he's given up a position to Tomo. Something's gone on there, but he's given Tomo the position. So that is the former Immortal Racer. He has changed his name to Notches Kellen. So he's 2 laps on his softs. I Am Josh has gone softs again after that last pit stop, and SJ has moved on to the mediums. As you can see here, there is a quick closing gap, and he's going to get the DRS as we jump on board. He's going to have a crack here at Tomo. Will he get him? I don't think he's going to get a position here to get him. So he's missed his opportunity there, which is unfortunate. This is the closest battle we've really got at the moment, except for QE and McLaren Senna as well. McLaren Senna's dropped right off the pace. I'm not sure what's happened there. But there's a nice little battle here. We're going to stick with this Tomo and Cullum little challenge at the moment. But Harass is out to 3 seconds now. He wins tonight. He's got a chance for a perfect race again, that we saw him do in Austria last week. And if he does that, that will definitely be victory for this season. If he can have another perfect race weekend, making out the maximum of 37 points on the table. The question will be how many of those can he get this season, because the one thing Harass is not only is he a good driver, and that he is a competitive driver, as we got a move here for QE. QE's going to try and make a move here on McLaren Senna. Let's see what he can do. No, he was thinking about that dive to the inside, but he's going to sit back and maybe wait for the first turn, or maybe up on El Rouge with the DRS zone. As he'll get DRS here. He's going to have to sit back a little. Looks like Vandy might be able to have a crack at Crone Dog, so we'll head up there now as the gap has definitely changed. We'll jump on board with Vandy here. As he's going to get DRS on Crone Dog. He should get the opportunity to put himself on the podium right now. And that will put split second 1, 2, 3. As he makes a nice pass. He dropped back on Crone Dog to watch and see where he gets here. But that Vandy has just put a first, second and third up for grabs here for split second, depending on how everything pans out. So Crone Dog's also got Tomo right behind him now, as Tomo was let through by not just before. Tomo is on a flyer and on the mediums, mind you, so he's going to be able to get a lot out of those mediums, as they don't chew up a lot on this track. Same with the softs. They're not as the degradation of these tires are not as bad on this track as they are on some of the others that we've seen this season. So these mediums could be a huge advantage for Tomo right now. Unfortunately, SJ not being able to make the mediums work for him. Well, he's on them at the moment, and QE, he's made the mediums work for him as well, but for some reason he's off pace. As we're watching the battle there, but basically this is the battle for third, as Crone Dog's going to make another move here, and Harass sets another fastest lap, and literally the same gap there. These three are battling for third, fourth and fifth. It's the only battle on track we have at the moment. As first and second are well out. I Am Josh gets a 3-second penalty, multiple warnings. There's a beautiful move there by Tomo as he gets Crone Dog and starts trying to chase down the podium, as he is now going to try and ruin Crone Dog, and Tomo will get the DRS. He makes it work and moves into third now. He's on the mediums, so this could be a big advantage for him if he can now catch up to Brainy. He's 4 seconds off Brainy now. The question will be, can he get him before the pit stops? Because the pit stop strategy here is going to be huge, and in the background there you can see Notch is catching up as well. So this could become a 4-car battle if Tomo doesn't get away from this. He's already dragged a second out. Crone Dog might have a chance here of catching up on Vandy, but Notchus is bringing down that time as well. So we're looking at some close stuff here and some good battles. Senna, McLaren Senna is going to possibly get a chance in about half a lap if he can keep bringing down that time, which he has on QE. But at the moment, Vandy is going to try and get that third place back. He's gonna want that 1, 2, 3 podium. It'll be the first one this season we see a whole team on the podium. So, and the drivers have been given a warning that's carried on for the last 2 races as well about the amount of penalties they've been getting. So with the penalty system, it's basically they lose license points. Now, if you lose all your license points, and Vandy's into the pits early on lap 6. Crone Dog's going to move up. I don't think that was intentional. I think he locked it up and lost control of the car there. But Vandy, let's watch his pit stop. We haven't watched a proper pit stop for a while in the season here. So let's watch Vandy. We're gonna see Vandy with this. And he's going the hards. He's going to run the rest of the race here. So he's made the decision last minute, I think, to run the hards and go the distance in the rest of this race. So this should be a interesting strategy now for Vandy. And he's managed to still come out in front of Senna, but Senna's gone in, he's going the hards as well. So this should be a very interesting race now with pit strategies. They're all mixing it up. And SJ is catching up on the back of Senna. Senna comes out of the pits. And I'm just looking at all the gaps now. There's some big gaps happening there. And Harass 5 seconds ahead. He's just cruising here. It's just like he doesn't belong. And he's definitely shown the league this year that he is the elite of the elite. And I'll be looking forward to seeing the contracts that come up for him if he gets, which I say he will, the opportunity at the Pro-Am series coming up in July. with the F21. But the Academy season will be running again. Season 2 will be happening in July when the F21 game does come out. And these guys, we will see, hopefully all of them back and racing hard for their respective academies. And going again for Season 2 to get ready for the Pro-Am draft, which will be announced in July. So it's good to see Harass having a good run. He's had a great season and honestly deserves it. QE gets Notches because Notches has gone to the pits. So, and there's Tomo there. He's trying to run down Brainy, but he's kind of lost time now. Brainy's catching up to Harass. He's dragged it down under 5 seconds. Well, he's flirting with that 5-second mark there. But there's some big gaps now filling out from the field. So the pit strategy is what's going to happen. We've got 3 cars on hards, 3 on mediums, and 4 on the softs. So we'll see what happens with these top 5 drivers now when they all start coming into the pits. But split second are looking strong because Vandy's in the hards and he's going to try and go the rest of the race on them, along with Notches and Senna. So the interesting thing will be to see where they all finish. Now, we started with 10. We've still got 10 out of the 16 cars left. And we only started with 10 tonight due to injuries and unavailabilities. So it's definitely shaping up to be a good race, but unfortunately a very spaced race. But we do see this in F1 in the real world, and of course we do see it happen here on occasion. I believe we saw this a few weeks back at one of the other races where we just didn't have any real action, but the pits will mix that up. It won't be long for that, as we're following Brainy right now in the number 12 car, as he's coming into the pits right now. So we're going to stay here with him, and this is Brainy now coming into the pits. Let's see what strategy Brainy goes with. Is he going to go for the mediums, another run on the softs, or will he maybe go the hards? It's going to be interesting. Where's he going to come out? I reckon he's probably going to come out about 7th. He'll probably get out of these pits at maybe 7th. No, he should be right at 6th, I think. That's QE there getting the pass, and he does. So he's at 5th, and he's gone the hards. So he's going to want to get them up to 10th. It's probably going to take about a lap and a half. So QE should be able to get some time ahead of him here. But he'll pick up the DRS. It might help him warm up those tyres. They might get a little loose. Senna's in the pits again. So I'm not sure what's going on with Senna. He's having a bad run. As we watch Brainy here try and catch up to that that car of QE there, the no-bags car. And we'll keep an eye on that, as this is the only place there's really a battle at the moment, so we will stay with this battle. We'll just keep an eye on it. But the pit stops for Tomo and Harass will be interesting at what time they do them. But QE and Crone Dog on 7 laps on their tyres as well. I'm Josh is the only car with a penalty at the moment. And Notches is on fresh hards. So is Brainy. And Vandy on 1 lap hards. He's 7 seconds behind Brainy, or 7.5 seconds behind Brainy. And there it is. The race leader is in the pits. We're going to go to that now, as Brainy was catching up. But we are going to go to Harass. He is our race leader. Let's see where he comes out and whether or not Tomo joins him. No, Tomo doesn't. And he's gone to the mediums. So this will be very interesting. And how big of a gap will Bell out as Harass has dropped to 3rd. He probably will stay 3rd here. The podium's got a good clear gap here of pit stopping. So Crone Dog will move up, and Crone Dog and Brainy and Tomo are yet to pit. So let's see who gives first here. QE also on 8 laps, just like the 2 leaders. He's sitting in 4th. He'll be pitting in soon. But it looks like Brainy's tyres have warmed up and are chasing down those 8-lap old mediums now. So let's see what Tomo is going to do. If he's going to stay out for as long as he can. He's got a 7-second gap at the moment on Crone Dog. You'd probably imagine him just maybe pit it anywhere between now and the next lap, I would say, to have a chance to take on Harass, as Harass is catching up to Crone Dog pretty quickly. And Crone Dog is on the softs, along with I Am Josh and Senna. So McLaren Senna is still down at the back end there. But it looks like Harass is definitely going to get a move on here. And he's got nothing. He knows that as long as he's behind Crone Dog, he's getting held up, and that time is drawing out longer and longer for Tomo. So if he gets held up here, it could open up a gap for Tomo if he stays behind Crone Dog. Now, Crone Dog's still got a pit. The question will be, will Crone Dog stay out as he's on the softs? He's probably gonna have to pit before Tomo. Tomo may get a fair few more laps out of his tyres being on the mediums. He should be able to at least drag 12 laps out of the mediums, I would say, or assume. But then in saying that too, we've seen, oh, there he goes. Crone Dog's in the pits, so the attack is on now by Harass on those mediums, those fresh mediums. He's got 8 seconds. Tomo's going to probably want to move as fast as he can here around this track and get into the pits so he can come out on fresh tyres and be on a similar strategy to try and match him if he can. I'd say that would be the smartest option, but then again, Tomo he's had incidences in the past couple of races with him trying to out-pit and out-maneuver in regards to pit strategy, so he may push these tyres. He's done it before where he's pushed the tyres a little too long and spun on the last lap, so I'm not sure what he's going to do. There's 12 laps to go, and Harass is running that down at about half a second at the moment on almost half a lap. So I'd assume Tomo to be coming in now, and then probably... Well, actually, I'd say Tomo might come in. He's going to probably push it to a 15 lapper, I'd say, if he can, and then go the softs. I'd say that's probably what the strategy might be, with going off the way he's raced in the past. And if he does do that, and he can maintain some speed on those mediums, he might be right. But to be honest, he's lost on one lap. He's lost almost 2 seconds to Harass. And that's not a good thing. Now, I'm just looking there. There's not any major battles or close battles. So, but what we might do is, if Tomo doesn't pit, we might go for a lap with Tomo in the car here. But if he does pit, we will move on down the line. He doesn't pit, so let's go for a ride along with Tomo right now. So Tomo there, having a decent lap, as we saw. And Harass has only knocked down a second off that time since we joined Harass on that lap. So this is going to be interesting because, Kiwi's just picked up a penalty and so has Vandy. We missed what Vandy got because we were riding along. But Harass is trying to run down Tomo. Tomo's going to push this, I'd say, push his tyres out so he can get maximum out of his softs. Oh, and Harass is struggling there. Trying to see, there's nothing happening in the chat. It looks like some of the guys might be having net connection issues. So we'll go down, the top two are. Let's see how Brainy's going. Oh, Kiwi's right on Brainy now. He's about a second and a half off. So he's running down for third place here. And there's Kiwi. We are getting a lot of what looks to be connection issues. There has been a lot of things coming out about the servers at the moment on Codemasters. We know they've had issues in the past, but apparently they've had a lot of severe issues with your net coding and glitching and all that, and lagging, due to getting everything ready for July and testing on the other servers with the beta that has just come out. So all weekend apparently has been nothing but issues with the multiplayer servers. So that's why we'd be seeing that, I would assume. As some of these drivers are just so spaced out, they're kind of sitting in the spots they're in. They can't get the DRS to get faster. As you can see, there's a mix of mediums, hards and softs out there. One soft. Ooh, SJ with a 3-second penalty as well. I am Josh is down here for the No Bags Academy as well in 9th. And McLaren Senna is now starting to catch up a little bit. He's about 2 seconds off there, trying to catch on those softs. But Tomo out to about 4-second lead here, and he's on 12 lap old tyres. We're in lap 13 of 22 if you are joining us for this race at Belgium for round 7 here in the Split Second Academy, F1 Academy. So Tomo has gone from last on the grid. He's sitting in first at the moment. He definitely doesn't have a lot of time behind him on a pit stop. I'd say he may come out in 4th, but QE hasn't pitted yet either. So the chance there for Tomo to definitely podium this, I don't think he is in a prime position of winning it unless he's pushing for the softs. If he's pushing for the softs and he gets out in about 3rd and doesn't end up too far behind Harass, he may have a chance to challenge him come the end of the race. But Harass has now brought that lead down to about 3 seconds. So those mediums are definitely wearing thin at the moment, I would say. In the next lap or two, we're going to see Tomo come in, I would imagine. But out of a 22 lap race, you want to at least probably get 14 to 15 laps out of your mediums. But he's pretty much going to be trying to do a 50-50 here if he goes for the red. So, and Harass has already passed him. There you go, that's how close he ended up. Tomo's still in the pits. Brainy, he will end up passing him too. QE, maybe too. I reckon he's going to come out in 4th behind QE. This is going to be close. Brainy will get him, and there you go. And QE now, I think he will get... No, QE's gone to the pits as well. So there you go. Vandy won't catch him there. And that's going to be close. There's Brainy. And Brainy is 13 seconds from Harass. So that is 15 seconds, maybe 16 seconds from Harass for Tomo. So that's a big call. Brainy on the hards. Tomo did go to the softs. And our leader, Harass, is on the mediums, 4 lap old mediums. So this could be very interesting. We know the 12 laps on the mediums will work, and he's gonna have to probably, I'd say, run 12 laps or 13 laps on the mediums, which won't be a problem. We saw QE and Tomo do that, and both of them are definitely moved up the field. Let's take a look at some of the things here. We know the gap. Let's look at some of the details. So the penalties at the moment, Josh has got 6, 3, 3, and 3 for Vandy, QE, and SJ. If we have a look at how many stops they've done, they've all done 1 stop except for Josh and McLaren Senna, who have done 2. The position changes. Tomo with the biggest move of the day, with 7 changes at the moment, and he is catching Brainy already on those soft tyres. 2 positions dropped for Crone Dog, so he's gone from the podium down. 1 position up for Notches, and 2 positions up for QE. with SJ staying put in 8th. And I am Josh, has dropped 3, but the big one is McLaren Senna's dropped 6. So he was in 4th, he's now down into 6th. So maybe looking at getting a chance at that tyre for later in the race for the fastest lap. Let's have a look at fastest lap since we're talking about it. And Harass has it at the moment on lap 15. He does have it. So that means if he wins this race with no penalties, it will be another perfect round, which will max him out at 37 points for the round. And that will definitely give him the championship. And what a way to get the championship, getting it on 2 back-to-back perfect rounds. You can't argue at the moment who's the GOAT of this league. So the gap from the leader is 14 seconds, 15 seconds to 3rd, 24 seconds back into 4th, and then into the 30s and over a minute in 8th, 9th and 10th. So, and McLaren Senna is in the pits again. It's just not his night. If he's had to do 3 pits tonight, he must be really struggling on this track. So that's the interval from each other. Tomo has caught up, so we will get on board with that battle of 2nd and 3rd at the moment. And the details we will put on is we'll go back to the tyres, so you can see what everyone is doing with their tyres. But for now, let's jump down into the battle for 2nd, as at the moment they are looking for they've got 1st and 2nd split second the split second academy. Vandy's got 9 seconds to catch Tomo to try and make this a 1-2-3 podium, but I don't think that's going to happen. Tomo is on the softs, he is on a mission, and he needs to get around Brainy as quick as possible so he can run down that time on a harass to have a chance here. There's about 8 laps left, maybe not 8 or 9 laps left in this race at the moment as they come up El Rouge onto the back straight. DRS is open. Watch that rear wing open up for Tomo. Can he get the moment right now, or is he going to have to wait another lap? This is probably the key passing point with the DRS for most drivers on this track. Other than that, the hairpin coming up's a good one too if you can get the right angle and be close enough, but I don't think Tomo is at the moment. There's a beautiful Goodyear blimp shot at the moment. Vandy picking up another 3 seconds. That could maybe come into play and hurt him soon, as he's 6 seconds. He's 8 seconds ahead of Crone Dog, so it won't matter at the moment. But we're watching Tomo at the moment. One of our key stories of tonight, Tomo out for more than just a podium, coming from the rear of the grid for having the wrong driver livery last week. So it'll be interesting to see if he has fixed his driver's livery up this week, because that will definitely mean a lot harsher penalty if he hasn't, as that will be a strike 2. But this is the only battle we've got on track at the moment, so we're sticking with this. This is the battle for 2nd if you're joining us. Don't forget to like, share, follow, subscribe, and join in the comments. And don't forget to also let us know your thoughts in the comments too, guys. We want to see and interact with yous. But while we're talking about things, let's have a look at next week. So next week at 6:30, come and join us as we are at Bahrain for what will be round 8, starting at 6:30. Should be a great weekend for the boys. A lot of the guys do like the Bahrain track, as Josh has picked up a penalty, and the move is on for the Anzac Academy car. They go wheel to wheel. Here it's Brainy and Tomo. Brainy's going to come off better, as that was definitely looked like clean wheel to wheel racing. A little bit of bumps, but no deliberate hits or anything. So Brainy holds on to 2nd right now, and he's saying to Tomo, you're going to have to work a little harder, mate. I'm going to make you use and wear those tyres as I'm letting my teammate get ahead. So a 16-second lead at the moment for Harass. He definitely went with a smarter strategy by the looks of things, but Tomo, he's just getting held up here by Brainy. He needed to get past him at least a lap ago to really have a good shot at running down Harass. So he's going to have a big struggle now, I think. Even if he can get past Brainy a little later in this run. But yeah, round 8 at Bahrain next week. Join us at 6:30. All live and exclusive here on Split Second _ Media on Twitch, and also on our Split Second Media YouTube channel, and hopefully our Facebook page will be fixed with next week's race. Crone Dog picking up a 3-second penalty as well. As I'm looking at the time lapse, this is the only challenge at the moment. We've got Tomo in Anzac Academy in 3rd on the red soft tyres, and Brainy on 9-lap-old hards, defending very hard against these fresh softs. Now I'd imagine that Tomo's going to be able to get a pass coming up El Rouge and into the back straight. He should be able to set himself up beautifully for the DRS zone and get past Brainy here and try and run down that what will be about 17-second gap on Harass. As we see now, he makes the move and he is inside and cleanly passed this time as he goes into the chicanes and doesn't battle wheel to wheel with Brainy. So he's off on a mission now. Brainy already half a second behind. Will Brainy be able to keep up with him? But Tomo has prevented a 1-2-3 at the moment. Sitting in second, he's prevented a 1-2-3 for the Split Second Academy. So the boys were looking for their first 1-2-3 tonight of the season, and Tomo has interrupted it. And I got to say, at the moment, the driver of the day, we're going to put the vote up now. We want to hear you in the comments and see your comments. Driver of the day at the moment, is it Tomo, or would you have to say either Tomo, Brainy or Harass? They've got to be the nominees for driver of the day. So have your pick, Tomo, Brainy or Harass for driver of the day. As Tomo is now starting to move away from Brainy and trying to run down that time on Harass. As Harass has just gone past the start finish line now, and will start lap 19. So the only other closest would be Crone Dog on Kiwi and Crone Dog as their teammates there for the No Bags Academy in 5th and 6th. But right now Brainy is losing ground, and he's probably just going to try and hold for that 3rd podium. I don't think he's going to challenge Tomo for that position. He's not going to want to give up the 3rd, even though his teammate Vandy is behind him. But their teammate Harass, he's out front. He's well out front. And as we say pretty much every week, he has Lewis Hamilton this and gotten away great. So this will, if he doesn't accrue a penalty, he was sitting on fastest lap back on lap 15. So if he can hold that fastest lap, he's looking at a perfect round, which will give him the 37 points, which will definitely give him the championship tonight with 3 races left to come. But you definitely can't put this man down. He has had a remarkable season. Other than USA getting no points, he's gotten points every race. He's pretty much won every race. I think there's 2 races he hasn't won, or 1 race he hasn't won. But as you can see, the top 3 are the only 3 that have not accumulated penalties at the moment. So that will be an interesting fact come the end of the race. I'd say with the gaps that are involved at the moment between cars, the penalties aren't going to play this week, as we did see them change the results last week. And maybe 1 or 2 incidences that might go to the stewards tonight after the race, but to be honest, I don't think there's been much there. We started with 10 tonight out of our 16 drivers. 6 out due to, unfortunately, either not being available or injury. But again, a recap, the Sinner Academy, all 3 drivers. The No Bags Academy, all 3 drivers. The Burks Brothers Academy, both drivers. And then 1 driver from the Anzac Academy, 1 driver from the Sinner Academy, and no drivers from the Skadoosh Academy. So that was tonight's lineup. Unfortunately, the Skadoosh Academy not showing up at all. Thought we would have seen them, but no role there. Unfortunately, 3rd place Midas and 2nd place Rez could not join us tonight, which has definitely opened up the door to Harass now, who's going to just get away and and probably definitely take the championship here tonight if he can get a perfect round. If he gets a perfect round, it definitely is a signed, sealed deliver. Brainy, third place position at the moment, has picked up a penalty, and that's going to cost. Now, Crone Dog is close enough for a possible challenge, so we're going to head down here. It is a No Bags Academy on a No Bags Academy, as Crone Dog and Kiwi are about to go at it here. So they're going to push themselves pretty hard here, and if you've joined us on the radio, welcome. If you're joining us on the TV, we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2, and that was Kiwi there that's dropped, and Notches has gone up, so I think that was just a driver error there, I would say. But not 100% sure what that was, as Kiwi's running a bit wider there. But that battle is over pretty quick. Now, as you can see, the tyres are all getting a bit old there. Tomo, 6 lap old, softs, and that gap's gotten bigger. So, not only has he gotten the lead bigger, but he has not gotten the time brought down on Harass. So, as long as Harass doesn't get any penalties, he will end up taking the perfect round, or the perfect race, and walk away tonight with the championship. With 2 laps to go, you got to put it to this man. He has done an amazing job. He's really shown the boys how to drive, and I got to say that it's really been enjoyable this season with him. Like, I know sometimes people are like, well, hang on, if this guy's always going to win, why should we race? Well, there's been some great battles in the midfield, as we're seeing Kiwi in the pits now, so he's definitely done damage. We've seen some amazing racing midfield and mid-pack, but we've also seen Harass on a few occasions be challenged, and then we've seen some moments where, like this, where he's, about to start lapping the field, as he's coming up to McLaren's centre now. So you probably see the blue flag start coming out for him to let Harass go. He doesn't want to get held up too much, because that would open up or close up that gap. Not that it will matter, as this is the last lap right now for Harass, and he is going to push this all the way and try and make sure he's got the fastest lap, which we will double check on now. I don't believe he does have the fastest lap, so that will be great for him. As we look at these intervals, no one looks like they could be in a battle, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the fastest lap tag up. Have a quick look at those penalties. 9 seconds being the most for I'm Josh. If he picks up another one this round, it could be big news. But 3 seconds is all good. 6 seconds gets you a loss of a point on your license, and 10 seconds gets you a 2 points on your license, and 16 seconds, I think it might be, or 15 seconds, it actually gets you disqualified from the race. But we'll take all this off now and give the man his due, as that will be the championship for Harass, as he will win this championship tonight with a perfect round, back-to-back perfect rounds, and there's not much more you can say. Like, he drove the wheels off this car, went in with the soft medium strategy, pulled it off, and there it is, your champion this year. With 3 races still to run, he is definitely the champion of the first inaugural season of the Academy, and a well done to him. Like, it's just been absolutely phenomenal this season for him, and huge congratulations. So let's have a quick look at the leftovers. So Tomo will come in at second there. Second place, it's better than the third. Brainy comes in at third. Vandy for split second into fourth. Fifth is going to be Crone Dog. And sixth will be Notches at the moment. So Crone Dog does secure 5th. And there are penalties there, but I don't think anything that's going to really play on the results. And Notches will hold down 6th. SJ, his teammate for the Burks Brothers Academy in that 14 car, he's going to come in and lock up the 7th. He had a pretty quiet race, to be honest. He's one of the most consistent drivers in this league. You'd see him in the top 10 pretty much most times. Kiwi here, he's been around for a long time, even back in the AGGG days, and he is definitely having a tough season, but he is one of the most consistent drivers on a normal and regular basis. He'll take 8th, and then I am Josh. He will come in and finish up at 9th for the night. McLaren Senna got lapped, the only car to do so, and he will end up in 10th. But the winner, Harass, the champion, Harass, he has done it, and that is a perfect round. He got the fastest lap, the pole position. What a win. But yes, Tomo, I do have to agree, Tomo had to get driver of the day. He had an amazing run, and unfortunately he also broke up the 1-2-3 for split second. So it looks like no livery penalties will occur this week, so everyone should be qualifying next week. But that's it. Harass, he has nailed it. He's won the championship there with another perfect round. What more can you ask for? That was just an absolute epic drive tonight. The strategy, it looked like Tomo had the right strategy to start with along with Kiwi, but it turned out that it didn't actually have the advantage that they thought. So Harass picking up the fastest lap with a 1:45. Tomo getting second there, coming from 10th and only having one stop. Brainy rats out the podium at 3rd. Vandy in 4th. Crone Dog in 5th. Notches in 6th. SJ in 7th. Kiwi in 8th. 9th for I Am Josh, and 10th for McLaren Senna, who had a quite devastating race. As we'll get our infamous screenshot in a second and get those positions saved. And we will also have a look at the times, if it will let us do it before the clock runs out. There we go, we'll get that one. And we'll save the video clip. Why not? And that is it for tonight's race. Let's head on back to the show. So I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. It was amazing. First off, congratulations to Harass. He nailed it tonight. He was fast. But Tomo, he was quick tonight. Didn't matter whether he was on the mediums or the softs. He took himself from last and put up that challenge. He even led the race for a little bit there up against Harass tonight. And it even looked like he was going to get out early, but Harass wheeled him down. Maybe if he went into the pits maybe 2 laps earlier. But tonight, honestly, the 2 stories we were talking about happened. And that was Harass winning the championship, so congratulations to him. But Tomo, coming from the back of the grid, he was really, he finally put together what I'd have to say is a perfect drive for him this week, and on a track that showed his strength. He's just had, I'd say, a tough pit strategy choice. He tried to push the mediums as long as he could so that he didn't wear down the softs, which is a fair enough call. He can't argue that. He had to give enough life into those softs, but in doing so, he sacrificed the time on the clock for Harass to run him down. And in the end, Harass won by over 17 seconds. So a big congratulations to the two of them on both having a great night. Let's have a look here in the race chat. Race not over on the first lap. Would have had a race if it wasn't for that. So SJ had a collision at the start. I was off all race. That mistake screwed me. So QE had a mistake that pushed him back. That was unfortunate. He did start really well in that race and had a really strong chance tonight of podium, I reckon. He wasted all his tyres and energy fighting his own teammate. So he said it was unlucky, but he Crone Dog. Yeah. So a couple of things in there in regards to their own teams and that. A lot of congratulations going on to a few of the guys. So, all in all, a great race. We had 10 starters, 10 finishers, so that was just an amazing work by the guys. And it does show how clean we are. There was a couple of minor contracts that was unfortunate, contacts, but it was unfortunate. But yeah, a great race and an entertaining race near the end, near that mid-end section there between Tomo and Harass on what was going to happen. But talking about that, I got to do it. I got to bring in the man. I got to bring in Harass here if I can. Um, we'll get him in here for that interview. If we can get him in here. I'm just trying to see something. Nope. Trying to get Harass in here, but can't seem to get him in. But we'll get third place in here. There he is. There he is. Harass, congrats, mate. Well done. That's the championship. Another perfect race back to back. How do you feel?
Yeah, congrats to Tomo. He has a good drive, started at the back.
Yeah.
And Brainy for getting on the podium for split second. Also, my other teammate Randy for getting fourth. So got some good points in the bag.
Yeah, well, split second almost pretty much took the whole thing. If it wasn't for Tomo tonight, almost got a 1-2-3 max out points. That would have been absolutely amazing to see. We haven't seen it happen this season, but all the split second drivers tonight, they really pushed their cars to the limit. And I tell you what, Brainy was doing as hard as he could on those hards to hold off Tomo, but Tomo just had a little too much pace for him. So yeah, you guys did an amazing job. How do you feel? Like a 17-second lead at the end there, but it was looking pretty strong for Tomo to be able to challenge you at the end of the race there until the pit stop. I think he pushed his tyres a little too far, maybe an extra lap or two. If he pitted earlier, it might have been a different result, do you think?
Yeah, I was a bit cautious about Tomo when he jumped on those softs because I thought he was going to get the fastest lap.
Yep.
But I suppose I got to thank Brainy. I think Brainy might have held him up a bit and stopped him from getting that. So I still got the fastest lap, which gave me that perfect round.
Yeah, no, well, all in all, I think there was a lot of good teamwork by Split Second tonight. Weren't really challenging each other. We saw that happening with the No Bags team and the Burks Brothers team tonight, challenging each other like driver on driver instead of trying to just push the faster driver through tonight. So, with 3 races to go now, is it sit back, relax, start planning for next season, or is it all focus and still trying to get the perfect race on these last 3 races?
Oh, obviously, go hard or go home. I'll just keep doing the normal stuff that I do, I suppose.
Fair enough. All right, well, thank you very much and congratulations, Harass. We'll let you go, mate. Well done, and congratulations to you and the split second team as you guys had an amazing night tonight.
Thank you, mate.
No worries. All right, so that was now current champion of the F1 Academy season. There's still 3 races to go, so don't forget to join in with us over the next couple of weeks. But we'll get in our second place podium and then our third place. So we'll get in Tomo now. Tomo, if you can hear me, mate, jump on in for an interview. Yep, there we go. Accept. Hey, Tomo, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good.
What a race for you, mate. We spoke about it pre-race, about the getting in from behind, from the back of the pack and getting a good start and then being able to put yourself in position. The pit stop and I think the challenging with Brainy for about 3 laps I think was the one thing that just stopped you from being able to make it.
Yeah, I was trying to just be patient at the start and get through the field, but I think Horace got a bit of a lead on me as well, which made it pretty tough. But yeah, I was showing good pace here for a little bit. But yeah, good battle there with Brainy for a while as well. Kind of held me up a little bit, but I think Horace overall was a little bit too quick.
Well, other than the battle that you had with Brainy tonight, you kind of moved yourself up the field as quick as you could on those mediums. Tried to push the mediums out as long as you could, and then went on the sauce, which seemed like the smartest idea because QE had the same situation. He's moved himself up the field, but then both of you seemed like you're. This has to be your first race that there was no mistakes really, or driver errors, or pit strategy problems for you for the first time in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So with the strategy you had, I think you had the right strategy. You're just unlucky. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a good race. It was good to put one all together and not make not really any mistakes. So yeah, no, it was a good feeling. And just improving on my driving really.
Well, it should be interesting now with Midas and Rez not racing tonight. That could possibly put you in a good position now to challenge at least for second place, or have both you and Rez there sitting second and third on the final podium of the season. How do you feel now with knowing we're heading into the Australasia kind of and Asia circuits now with Bahrain, Vietnam, Singapore, and Australia left to go? How do you think you're going to go with those 4 tracks?
Yeah, hopefully well. It's going to be a close shootout for second place now in the championship. So yeah, it's good to bag those points tonight, and should be pretty exciting. Finish the season. It's a shame Harass has already wrapped it up, but big congrats to him. He's drove extremely well.
No worries, mate. All right, well, one last question before we go. Out of the 4 tracks coming up, which one is going to be your favourite one to race at?
Oh, probably Australia, to be honest.
Yeah, more.
I'd enjoy that track.
No worries. All right, well, congrats on tonight, mate. It was a well-driven race, and you definitely pushed that car the best you could. So congratulations again, mate, and look forward to seeing you next week at Bahrain.
Cheers, thank you.
So that's Tomo, guys. He definitely got driver of the night, I got to say. We saw Harass go out really strong and push really hard. He had a really good race. We've seen that almost week in, week out, very consistent. We saw Brainy on the podium again this season. I believe that's his third. It might be his second, so he'll probably correct me when we get him in here for the interview. But he's been really good too. He's an ex-AGGG driver, so back in the day with us as well. So he's been around for a while with us, and ex-teammate of mine too. So a little bit of favouritism there when I'm cheering, I guess, for Brainy. But he had an amazing race too. He definitely drove for his team tonight, I will say that, and had a really good strategy that kept him up there, not to mention a really good qualifying. And I would have to say, watch out for him over the next couple of races, because he has definitely got what it takes to maybe even take on Harass. Now that Harass has won the championship, Brainy's the kind of driver that's a very team-first driver and not selfish, but now that Harass has locked up the championship for that, you may see Brainy pushing hard enough that he could actually put the challenge on Harass for these last 4 races. Brainy's really good at Bahrain. He's put on some great results there in the past, and I'd have to say the other track that will be interesting to watch him on, other than Australia, will be the Singapore track, as he's had a good run there before in the past too. So my little tag for everyone coming up will be watch Brainy, and I would also say watch Vandy to back up Harass now, to try and maximise these points for split second to go home the ultimate champions for those 3 drivers. But talking about this man, let's get him in. He got third tonight. Let's bring in Brainy now. He had an absolutely great race tonight, so let's get him in here. Brainy, yeah, there we go. How you feel, mate? Congratulations on the podium again, and a third place for tonight. How do you feel after your racing?
Thanks, Ella. Yeah, big congrats to Harass and Tom. I thought they raced really well tonight. I think I did a good race today. The thing that killed me was the strategy. I didn't expect the mediums and the softs to last as long as they did, which is a shame because my strategy sort of obviously didn't work out. I felt like a second place was achievable tonight, maybe if I had followed suit with the soft to medium. But overall, I'm still happy to get a podium. It's still a good result.
Well, it was a really good consistent race for you, I gotta say. Like error free. Didn't look like you made any mistakes when we were watching and stuff. Right at the end there, as you said with your pit strategy, you weren't expecting him to last as long, so maybe could have come in earlier, later on the softs and earlier on the mediums or something around that. But obviously, it looked like at the end there you were definitely trying to help Arras get a bit bigger lead as you were battling with Tomo. Was that part of the strategy, just to try and help get that gap open and up, to slow Tomo down as he went onto the softs and you were on the hards?
Yes and no. I think there was about 4 laps to go when he finally overtook me. I think we battled for about 3 laps in the end. I had the belief that Harass was fast enough already. I didn't feel like that was going to be a factor at all. I feel like Tomo was far too behind. I think it was just a matter of me trying to keep that second place, to be honest. And obviously there was an issue with the different tyre strategies. So yeah, I think Harass was just way too strong, and Tomo was obviously too strong in those soft tyres. And good strategy choice by him.
Yeah, no, I'll have to agree with you on there. All right, so from the past races, like as I mentioned earlier in the pre-up, before you jumped on, ex-teammate with you, we've in the past had some great results at Bahrain. That's coming up next week. If you can stay consistent like you have in the last couple of races, what are you thinking? You think you're going to see the podium again next week, or have you struggled a little bit more with Bahrain since the last time that we were here?
I think Bahrain's an interesting track because I feel like I'm pretty strong at Bahrain, but I also feel like, similar to Australia, I think everyone's sort of kind of strong at that track.
Yep.
So a podium would be a goal, obviously, to try and just back this up this week. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see if Reds and Midas come back, because that'll be a big factor as well. But so Bahrain's a bit of a wild card, and I think you mentioned also that Vietnam and Singapore coming up, which are complete wild cards,
Yep.
and then everyone loves Australia. So, I mean, the goal from here on out will probably be me to try and get 4 podiums. Whether I get that or not, I'm not quite sure. But I've got nothing to lose now. I think we're pretty comfortable now in the constructors. I'd like to try and back up a few more points just to confirm that. But we've had a great team this year, and Grass has been the best driver by far, and we have to congratulate him for that and just go the next 4 races and just go as hard as we can, I guess, and show what we can do.
Yeah, well, you definitely been one of the strongest, or the strongest team this season. The driver lineup's phenomenal, so it'll be really good to see what happens in the F21 game as that goes on and into season 2. Are you looking forward to, as we've announced on our Discords and all that, are you looking forward to, once this steps up from Academy into the Pro-Am series and all that, are you looking forward to take that step forward where setups and all that are going to start happening, or are you kind of enjoying more this Academy, everyone's the equal level kind of racing?
I like the idea of both. I think this academy is a great showcase of how drivers race on an equal playing field, and I think the Pro-Am, when that gets introduced, I think will be bring a new level to people with strategy and people with setups as well. So it'll be interesting to see how they sort of coexist between the two. I feel like the Pro-Am guys will definitely become stronger, and you'll see a few people jump from academy to Pro-Am pretty quickly. And then there'll be a few guys still going in the academy and maybe boosting their way up as the other guys sort of go up. These guys will sort of come through and be able to make the step when they're ready. So it's definitely an interesting concept, and I'm keen to see what happens in the next game.
No worries. Well, look, congratulations on your podium tonight. It's always good to be able to speak to your ex-teammate and all. But high hopes for you guys for the rest of the season for split second, and also high hopes for you to see you on the podium at least twice this with 4 races to go. I'd like to see at least twice out of you, man.
Yeah, I'll try my best. As I said before, there's a few tracks that people are pretty strong with, but you never know. I mean, one crash or one person not turning up, and it opens the world like it did tonight. So it's a good result for us.
No worries, mate. Well, we'll let you go. Congratulations again on the 3rd, and we'll see you next week at Bahrain. And hopefully we'll be able to have another chat with you at the podium.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Dano.
Thanks, mate. All right, so that was Brainy, guys. Came 3rd, had an amazing race. He really did run amazingly tonight. He is one of the drivers I've had the privilege of watching develop from a driver that got thrown into a position in a league that we used to race in before AGGG came in. And he was thrown in as my teammate for I think we were 3 or 4 races into the season, and he was lacking the confidence and not 100% sure. Was just after some fun, and we got to race as the Mercedes team for a little bit, and we had some fun doing it, but both helped each other out to try and develop skills. And then obviously I've retired and gone to the commentary and media side, and he's still racing, and it's great to see the development. He's gone from one of those guys that are just racing for fun to now one of those guys that drivers have to watch out for. He's a strong driver, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in the Pro-Am and then eventually the Pros as well. He's definitely got a lot more to offer, and I can't wait to actually see what he can do when he actually gets to set his car up. You might even see drivers like Harass and all that going, where did he come from? But anyway, that's enough about our drivers tonight. A big shout out to all of our drivers for joining us tonight. Big shout out to all our viewers on Twitch and on the YouTube channel, as we didn't have Facebook tonight. A shout out to all our listeners on the radio tonight, on the live show on Discord, and absolutely amazing stuff, guys, from all our drivers tonight. Very well disciplined driving is what we promote here at F1 Academy, and the skills development at the academy level, and it's showing. And it's showing in our racing at the moment that the skill levels are there, they're developing, the etiquette's developing, and that's the whole point of this level of racing, to get them all ready for what will come next season, or next year, sorry, not next year, next season's game in the 2021 championship. We will see the F1 Academy Season 2 along with Season 1 of our Pro-Am level coming in. So the Pro-Am level will have a couple of rule changes, setups will be brought in, and a couple other little things like qualifying and stuff like that will be all changed, and you'll see some new teams as well come into that. And then that will start getting all ready for the split-second professional F1 league, which will hopefully be ready come February next year in 2022. So stay tuned for that. But for now, guys, just remember we're at Bahrain next week. Join us at 6 o'clock on Twitch, on YouTube, and hopefully on our Facebook page. We'll be back up on that. As we go to Bahrain. The show starts at 6 o'clock, qualifying around 6:30, and then the race will start straight after that. So join us there. But a big final thank you to everyone that joined us tonight here at Split Second. It's been a privilege and an absolute great honour to do this. It's something I love. I'm passionate about my F1 and all motorsports, along with a lot of other sports. So we will be having a lot more coming to you over the next 6 to 12 months here on Split Second. But for now, this is the Split Second F1 Academy show. Next week we're at Bahrain, so join us at 6 o'clock there on whatever platform you prefer to watch us on. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and comment. And I will shout out to a couple of people before we go. So Charles Leclerc 82, shout out to you. Tomo 33, Brody, S Quad J 14. We got a few others in here. QE, Brainy, Pazarox, Raja. Alright, so shout out to all you guys. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Until next week, I've been your host, Sinner Phoenix. This has been Split Second F1 Academy show. Until next week, keep on gaming.